What is up, you guys? It is Shayna Garcia, IFB Bikini Pro, and welcome back to my channel. We're just having some pre-workout today, and we're having the EVP Extreme. We also have them here at Cult Fitness too. This flavor is a blackberry lemonade. I like refreshing flavors. I don't like watermelon. I like blackberry lemonade sort of things. So this here I'm going to dry scoop because I didn't bring a shaker with me. Now this one in particular has 200 milligrams of caffeine. Now sometimes pre-workouts have like 350 to 400. That's just way too much, and I normally half scoop it. But for this, we're gonna full scoop it. This isn't gonna be a complete dry scoop, okay? Because I'm gonna put it in my mouth, but I'm gonna swish it around with water. Don't laugh, Mario, okay? Because I don't want it to explode onto your camera. It's an expensive camera. All right, so the technique, I'm gonna hold it like this so I can squeeze that into my mouth. So you put a little bit of water, you take a deep breath. Okay, that wasn't the prettiest, but this is what it's about, right? We gotta be raw in here. All right, so the technique when you're dry scooping. Now, some people like dry scoop without any liquid in their mouth. The ingredients in there don't actually activate without the actual water. So I put a bit of water in my mouth. I put the pre-workout in my mouth. I took a deep breath in, and most of the time people choke on the powder. So what I did at the same time, while I was swishing it with the water, I was exhaling through my nose. While I was exhaling through my nose, I was slowly swallowing. Yeah, there's a method to it because I've done the explosion so many times. So inhale, put a bit of water, put the powder in, swish it around, exhale through the nose, swallow. You're welcome, guys. That's actually how you dry scoop. Don't dry scoop without the water. You ain't getting shit from that. Today we are going to train shoulders, and I'm gonna make this workout like this, just so you guys can see my training sessions that you can complete within less than an hour. So we're gonna train some shoulders today. And so I was on the phone with my friend this morning. I know this is random, but I woke up with such a positive mindset today, you know? And lately, I know I'm not like super famous or anything, but like, you know, I'll get some harsh comments in my DM sometimes, and I used to take that shit to heart. And now I'm just like, haha, you're funny. You're just a hater, you know? But anyways, one of my girls this morning, we were on the phone, and she looked at me. She's like, girl, you look like a tree. And see, I could have taken that in another way. I could have been like, oh my God, I need to change my clothes. But I was like, well, I'm a sexy tree. So you got the brown, the green. I'm a sexy tree, and I'm going to take this to my session this morning. So turn things into positive vibes only. But that's the story of my life this morning, guys. But seriously, I want to be so vocal about how you can think about, not life, but when things happen, if you get comments or if there are events in your life, it all depends on how you react towards things and how you can make things positive. If you make things negative, then you're going to have a negative day. I started with a positive day. I'm feeling pretty good. And I was even telling Mario this morning, I was like, I'm running late, but positive vibes, we're still gonna get it fun. But we're gonna do a shoulder workout, and these are movements that you guys have seen before, but there's one movement in particular that I wanna bring onto this channel because my coach has added Y raises with the cable. So we're gonna literally go at a full extension and full range of motion. But hopefully the cables are light enough for this movement. But I did give it a go the other day, and it's really good. So I want you guys to give this a try. We're gonna do some supersets in between as well, so you guys get a real good pump. We're gonna start off with our rear delts to warm up, and I'm gonna literally superset it in between, and then we're gonna finish off with the Y raises. So I'm gonna let this pre-workout kick in for a little bit, and then let's go. Okay, I feel like everyone always sees me do this, but repetition and consistency is key. And I know I keep bringing on the same sort of movements, but I'm here to show you guys my progression and my journey. And it is the movements that I'm doing that is giving me my progression. All right, so with the rear delts, I actually used to put these in the end, and my coach has currently got me doing it at the beginning. And to be honest, like my pumps have been so much better. I've been liking doing it at the start, so then in the end, I'm not so fatigued to hit my rear delts, because rear delts is one of those muscle groups that's a little bit harder to hit. Like if you don't understand the movement, you could easily feel it in other areas. So I'm gonna do a light set to start. We're just gonna go both arms. I normally do single, but I'm feeling both arms today. Using my elbows to pull back. So I have my chest glued onto the chair. And I'm not even gripping onto the handles because I'm literally using my hands for support, but I'm pulling more with my elbows. Pulling my chest up, squeezing back. And when you are hitting rear delts, you can only come back so far. That's the furthest I can come back. I'm getting the shakes, even if it's really light. All right. Now we're gonna go a little bit heavier for the next set. Give yourself a minute, and then we're gonna get back into it. We're gonna do 2 more. So we're gonna push forward and then lead with the elbows. Squeezing back. And you gotta keep your chest glued onto the seat. It's gonna keep you stabilized in place. Whew, I'm burning. Okay. Whew, you guys could see I was like, because when you're pulling with your elbows, you also got to lead with your chest too. So you stick onto the pad here and just pull back. That'll help you with your squeeze on the way back. So rather than using your hands and your arms, elbow and chest. Yeah. All right, 1 more set. See if we could go heavier. Set 3, let's go. Oh, I can't wait to show you guys my pump after this. I love my shoulder pumps. I feel like my shoulders are like so deceiving because I'm actually so jacked in the shoulders. So when I finish this session, I'm gonna show you all. They're popping at the moment. And I woke up leaner this morning, so they're popping out even more. Definitely one of those flexors. Yeah, I would say I'm a grower, not a shower, like when it comes to my muscles. So it's like, I'll chill. You can see a little bit of tone, but then I'll flex out and it's like, boom. It's like, where did that come from? I like being dangerous like that, you know? But genetically, I couldn't really help that, so. But we have gotten leaner. My coach has also added a little bit more cardio, and he dropped my calories yesterday. So my meat sources were ground beef and chicken, and now he's added some shrimp in there, which I'm so excited. Shrimp. Yeah, so I'm gonna make like this nice salsa mix later and put the shrimp with like some lettuce and baby spinach and mix that baby up because the carbs have dropped, so we gotta make it work. Yeah, but I'm excited for shrimp. I like putting spices on it. I'm gonna put some Cajun, is that how you say it? And cayenne pepper.
Cajun?
Yeah, Cajun.
I know that's Cajun.
I would say Cajun. And then a little bit of salsa, lettuce, maybe some chili on there. And then I've been having like a lot of cucumbers lately. Cucumbers with tahini. Ooh. Hey, that's a thing, right? Have you had that? Isn't that like a Spanish thing, Mexican thing? Yeah, it's amazing, and that it just hits the spot. Like I like a little bit of like a chili sort of flavor with the tanginess and the crunch and the coldness of the cucumber. Oh my God, amazing. All right, so shoulder presses. Let's start off with 15. Okay, I'm just gonna warm up with this set first. Okay, it's a skill now. Whipping my hair back. Just gonna go about 6 to 8. One more. All right, that's our warm-up set. Now we're gonna go a bit heavier. I'm seeing the pumps already, guys. I love shoulders so much. Shoulders has always been my favorite muscle group to train ever since. So to the point that the judges told me to slow down on my shoulders. So I have one half session, one full session, just more to maintain it, but it's not crazy. Not compared to my lower body sessions anyways. But when I first started my bodybuilding journey, I was training shoulders 3 times a week. And I try to get that 4th one in because I just really wanted the caps, you know? I really wanted those caps. Effortlessly, I wanted them to like stick out. And I trained them that bad that I developed bursitis. So lesson learned, overtraining isn't always more. More isn't always more. Sometimes less is more. So as soon as I started training smarter, I wouldn't say I wouldn't train harder, not harder. I still trained really hard, but smarter with the recovery side of things. My shoulders started coming out a lot better. So right now we're definitely at a point where, you know, over the years I've developed my shoulders quite a bit. So we don't require more than a couple sessions a week, focusing on Djibouti. But yeah, shoulders is definitely one of those muscle groups where I feel like, I don't know, it's just, I don't like the feeling of like quad burn, but I love the feeling of shoulder burn, you know? When I get shoulder pumps, I'm like, ooh, and then I look at the mirror, I'm like, ooh, I love it. I feel like shoulder pumps are different compared to like, because when you're pumping up your quads and you flex in the mirror, it's fluidy, right? Because it's such a big muscle group. But with shoulders, like when you pump them up, you can literally bring everything out. It motivates me. When I see myself looking good, it motivates me. That's why we call it body building, because you're building your body. People are like, you're vain. Yes, we are. Bodybuilders are vain, and I'm very proud to be because I like taking care of myself. So it's not about being super strong. It's about looking good. No. When you look good, you feel strong, right? All right. And I said I was going to superset for you guys. We're going to superset with our side delts today. We're going to start off with some light dumbbells. I'm going to start off with the 5s, and then we're going to do some lateral raises. So I prefer to do laterals seated just because you're using more core control and you're not going to swing back and forth. So we're going to sit down. I'm going to slightly bend forward so then I also have that control, because this is generally what you do when you stand up. You also do this. So seated. And I go right under. So I get a longer stretch. I come under my legs. We're having a slight bend on the elbows, in the elbows. We're going to bring it up. I need to come down that low, actually. Nice control. Leading with the elbows on the way up. And I'm going to go with 15 reps on 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, whew, 10, 5 more. 14. Whew. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit heavier for the next set. Now, when you're supersetting, guys, you're focusing more on the volume. It's not about PBing. So you still want to be able to at least achieve 7 or 8 reps before you start failing. If you're swinging back and forth on your 2nd or 3rd rep, lighten up a load because it is a superset. The blood flow is going to be like, oof. So I am going to go a little bit heavier for both. No, actually, the shoulder press is really kind of heavy on my, sorry, how much am I on? 20. All right, we're going to increase it a little bit. Just a little bit. I'm like, that's really light right now. We're going to increase it on both. So I'm going to go 22.5. And then we're going to go 7.5 on the lateral raises. I'm feeling the pumps already. This is a really good superset. So I don't do this all the time. I only really do this when I'm running out of time. And when you're trying to build your shoulders, don't just focus on lateral raises, don't just focus on presses. You want to focus on building your front, your side, and your rear delts as well. So that's what's going to create that roundness. Some people only focus on rears because they want really big looking rear delts when they're doing their back pose, not realizing that what's contributing to that rear pop is also the side as well as the front. And same thing when you're doing your front pop as well. What's going to contribute to the shoulder cap is doing the front, doing the side, and also having that shape at the back, but also training your arms. So your biceps and your triceps are going to contribute to the shoulder caps. They all work hand in hand with each other, so you don't just concentrate on one. Don't disregard other areas when you're trying to grow. All right, set 2. I want a quick drink actually. All right, set 2. I always track my heart rate, my cardio session, my weight sessions. I know when I'm pushing hard enough and I know when I'm not. And people go, it's not about the heart rate. Like you can actually see, you know when you're pushing hard enough, right? And when I see my heart, there are times where I'm like, I'm feeling it so hard. I'm like, I'm pushing so hard. And I look at my heart rate, I'm like, that makes sense because I'm pushing so hard. And it's good to just have a little bit of data on how your intensity is during the session. And although watches aren't 100%, they're the closest thing to 100% rather than just guesstimating in your head, because every day is different. You're gonna have days where you're recovering better and you're pushing harder, but you don't feel as smashed, but you're actually getting more intensity. And then you're also gonna have days where you're feeling so smashed, you feel like you're pushing so hard, but because your recovery was shit, you're actually pushing less and you're not exerting much effort as much as you think. So these are really good things to track when it comes to looking at your strength and your results and everything. Yep, that's 12. Woo. Oh, I forgot to grab 7.5s. You grab 7.5s. Since there's only 10s, we're gonna go with 10s. Whew. Oh my god. That's 10. I'm going for 15. Oh my god. Yep. Oh god. You see towards the end there, guys, I kept going with my form even if it wasn't a full rep, but I felt it just as much. So you're going towards the end of a set. As long as you're controlled and you're trying your best to keep form, you're still gonna feel that tension. That only really happened in the last 3 reps. If you're just doing that like the start of a set, then lighten up the load. Now I wanted to go 7.5. We're on the 10s because there was no 7.5s. But you know, times like this, I feel like things happen for a reason. It's like the universe is telling me to challenge myself a bit better. So, you know, positive vibes today, you know. So I was like, I'm gonna push harder because I can. But yeah, we're gonna stick with that weight. That wasn't bad. I'm feeling, I love it when this vein pops out. This is my good shoulder. And then, so on stage, I do sit on my left glute. Can we look at the mirror real quick? So you can see my glute pop on my left side, but my shoulders are better on this side. So it kind of works well because I don't need to flex so hard when I'm doing my front pose with this shoulder because the cap does its thing. While this side is weaker, so if I were to go like this, you see how it's a bit more flat? I also can't pop my glute that well on this side. But using my stronger side to pop, and then the weaker side, I force that pose there, and then I bring that cap out here. Ooh, see the shape coming out already. Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm so excited for this. Yeah. I can twist it or I could stay like this. So I'm still playing around with my foot placement to see what my official glute pop is going to be for my front pose. My shoulders have always been the same. Bring both shoulders forward. That's basically what we're going to bring. Glute pop. I'll save my... And now I'm gonna spin. Ooh, I'm excited. So that's really good. I love the light in here. All right, we've done 2 sets. Let's go for a third, and we're gonna focus on our front delts. Nearly there, guys, nearly there. All right. Oh my God. I thought I felt a nerve. It was just the towel that went down to my back. I was on the Stairmaster, and I remember a few days before that, my friend was talking about having nerve damage down, I think it was down the back or the leg. And she was telling me like how long it took to recover, and she was in recovery for it. So all I could think about was like nerve damage in my head, right? It was the first thing that I put in my head on that day. So I went on the Stairmaster, and I started feeling like this tingling sensation in my leg, and I was like, oh shit. I was like, no, I'm just overthinking this. And it kept tingling, kept tingling. I was like, oh my God, I think I got nerve damage. And then I was going slower, and it just went, and I was like, oh my God. So I stopped, I got off the Stairmaster, and I was like, oh my God, like I got nerve damage. I was walking, I could feel it. And then I like booked a doctor's appointment, and I was like, oh, I think I got nerve damage, blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I got home, I pulled my pants down. It was a bloody hair in my leggings. And the hair was literally just going like this in my, so and then I took it off, and I went through the same motions that I did. I was like, okay, it wasn't nerve damage, it's just a piece of hair. I won't ever forget that though. And that moment I was also like, whew, gotta keep training smarter. No ego lifting. Yeah, 100%. Like, because I've injured myself quite a few times. I was definitely sorry about it. And recovery, when you guys are injured, guys, it's like, it's just so not worth it. Hey, it's so not worth it. So lift properly, don't ego lift, you know, go through the range of motion correctly. If it's too heavy, it's too heavy. You know when you can't lift a weight. Who cares what people think? Because honestly, when you're in the gym, if you think about it, people aren't even freaking looking at you. Like, you're looking at yourself, but don't worry about what other people think if you're lifting a little bit lighter for that day. I don't even care. For me, I'm like, I can lift so light as long as my shoulders and my muscles are popping. That's all I care about. All right, set 3. Whew. No. Oh, my heart rate. Literally, I'm at cardio heart rate. I only just turned that on about 10 minutes ago, but we're at the 130 right now. Whew. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, 7. Okay, I need a little reset. Whew. I need core more. Shit. I'm really feeling that. 1, 2. Yep. Oh my God. That is the point you want to get to, guys. She jacked right now. She jacked. That's a good delt there. There you go, guys. Shoulder pump. Now we're just gonna do a little bit of fronts to finish it off. We're going really well through these sets right now. Woo, I'm feeling that right now. Okay. Now I wanted to use the cable. We're gonna use this single cable for the Y raises. Now for Y raises, we're meant to go up like this, but I'm just gonna go one at a time, and we're just gonna keep alternating until we finish both sets, because one's resting while the other's working. So we can go through the sets. So with the Y raises, guys, like I mentioned before, we're meant to do both cables. I'm just gonna do one because, you know, if you're down to one cable, you'll know what to do. Basically cross, and we're gonna come up finishing position is literally up here, which is why we call it a Y. So with a single, I'm gonna bring it up like this. So you can hold on to the cable here, to the, what do you call this? The stem? Look, English is my first language, but then I gotta speak Filipino English, Australian English, and American English, and oh man. I don't know what this is, the stem. We'll just call it the stem. All right, so I'm gonna use this to stabilize myself. And we're gonna come up this way. I'm gonna feel that tension already. I think I'm gonna face this way actually. Yeah. Just so it makes sense with the cable. Whew, I'm feeling that. Can you see my delts there? Whew. Oh my god. Yep, feeling that. All right, now we're gonna swap to the other side. So it's like I'm starting as a lateral, but we're coming upwards. Whew. Remember, we're gonna keep swapping sides as we go, guys. I'm not gonna increase the weight of this because, god damn. All right, other side. Just makes sense if the cable's more forward. Ooh. Oh my god, okay. Yep, that's the most I could do for that side. I'm gonna give myself a little spot. Just a little spot. Nothing crazy. It's burning so bad right now. Just gonna give it at least 3 more. Oh my god. Whew. 1 more. Yep. Same thing as the laterals. If you can't go all the way, just try your best to keep in that motion. Come up as high as you can because, again, felt it just as much. All right, 1 more set. We've done 2 already, guys. This is also a good thing when you do single arm things because the other side gets to rest. So you actually save time sometimes when you do unilateral training, depending on what you're doing. Oh my god. Yep, and that's the point. We'll try 1 more time. Yep, she's done for that side. Okay, it's burning. 1 more. I'm gonna use this because I need to like lean now. Oh my god, it's for real. Okay, I'm gonna shake it out. I need to give you guys at least 2 more there. Feeling weak. Yep, and that's it. So ideally, cross. That's what you're meant to do if you were to do both. But you could do single arm like that too. I think we did that in like 45, right? That was pretty good. So we started off with some rear delts. And by the time we got to our presses and our lateral raises, we were already overall pumped. And we finish off with our fronts. And I just needed to show you guys that movement because this is the one movement that I haven't brought on here properly yet. So that is your Y raises for those that ask what Y raises are. Next time I'll bring the variation of the dumbbells as well, but that's for the cable. The resistance of this one though was pretty heavy. So you can see that I literally 6 to 8 reps every set here. But if you get something lighter, you could go a little bit more with volume. This is 2.3 kilos, so It doesn't sound super heavy, but when you're doing things properly, you're gonna get that activation and that pump. Let's just give everyone a quick little shoulder pump before we go. I'm gonna give them a little flex. Oh. I wish I could do this on stage. That one. Cool. And there you go, guys. That was our quick shoulder workout. Be sure to try this. Let me know how you guys go. But minimal rest, pretty much like I did there. I know I talk a lot, but I was still going at a very good time. Okay, so we did that really well. And my heart rate was up that whole time, but I only got the last 20-ish minutes of it. We pretty much kept the cardio heart rate. I was on like a 130-ish, 135-ish for most of it, even when I was doing the finger arm stuff. Okay, I'm out of breath now. I'm gonna have my cream of rice with my peanut butter and my protein powder. That was my shoulder workout for the day. We're gonna do booty for the next session. I know I keep bringing booty on, but there's a few new movements I'm gonna bring on as well. But thank you so much for following me on that workout today, guys. Until next time.